now, the Democrats' Ukraine session may actually be hurting Democratic frontrunner Joe Biden. Two Republican senators are asking for the State Department to
people are angry. I was saying a fun report, but that's the essence of Quidco.
The 2020 race is Trace
Bro. So, essence Quidco Pro. So there's the headlines, right? Oh, people are angry about fundraising and stuff like that. That's the whole idea of fundraising. When you fund somebody, you're funding them. Okay, so when you're funding them, you're funding them. So basically, you're victimizing them. In some terms, you know what I mean? So given funding and saying, oh, we're going to throw dirt on you, well then you have to compensate one way or another. You're not compensating ethically or emotionally. You're going to compensate. I would say logically, right? So given that, and so, we're mad about that, and you keep funding, then if you stop funding, then maybe somebody can have a clear head and be like, hey, you know what, such and such. You don't let somebody, you don't let somebody work in their budget, you don't let somebody work on it. You force somebody to spend all this kind of money, you send all this stuff. So, I mean, you fund them, so in return, you get funded. So, I mean, that's the thing. So, given that, if you can't wrap your mind around that, because you don't have space to, because someone will cheese ball in his running area like that, and so that's that. So 52 trillion in Medicare, with the debt ceiling and stuff. Oh, everybody's talking about surplus. Oh no, I just had a call from this. I don't think it's free, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, get your feet wet. Oh yeah, that's great, man. And that's it. So give him this time or something.
Well, Trace, thank you very much. Right. A lot of chaos, it seems, there on that end. Thank you very much. Now, joining us with reaction is American Conservative Union Chair Matt Schlapp, former White House Press Secretary and Fox News contributor Ari Fleischer,
panel in here on what do you call it,
Fox News. Austin Goolsbee. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me tonight. Not that there's anything to talk about, right?
And there's what is there anything to talk about? Oh, right. I was saying, as the Republican Party's come strong and stuff like that. So, given the situation, you know what, you understand? So, arbitrarily, it's been a long day. You should have to work, and you're trying to go. So, let's go further. Let's go ahead and segue further into what we were talking about. Say, you have to account for everything, right? I was like, yeah, see, some people like it. I mean, our economy wraps around $20 a month. So, for example, if your economy breaks down at $50 a month, then that's what happens. That's basically what happens. If you don't have it together, it'll break down. So, I mean, so basically that's it. You can try to keep it together and stuff, and segue into that, and no more moderates, like opioid epidemic and stuff like that, and this stuff. And you just still kind of segue into say, we don't have a surplus to do this. Yeah, I mean, they made prices of medicine cheaper and stuff, but the obviously this is a little more expensive. And people, what they do is they, economy around $20 a month. I don't know what to say. If you do ratio, if you do similarities, you say, I have such and such, you get a lump sum. You should be distributed on a monthly basis and not allocated something some lump sum every year because you can't manage it in general. And so that's why I say that because if I can't manage it and I'm putting in money and I have a problem managing my money monthly, then I know that when you buy a new car in February, when you buy a new such and such, when really you have to put it away to gain interest, and you have to spend it on monthly, it's hard to do. And given that amount of money, and given the class society it is, it's not that. And there's always such and such, and there's always choices to make, right? Like, oh, you want to walk across this whole thing, go to the guard or whatever, you know what I mean? Those days are over. Oh, you want to play a video game and wire out the buttons on your thing. Well, I mean, you know, I don't want to watch UFC, so if I don't watch UFC, I'm not going to play the game. I'm not going to play that game. So, I mean,
and this is it, and I think, Austin, that for you...
And I'm a little skeptical on buying baseball and hockey, but I want to, but I have never played hockey, but roller hockey, I played rollerblade. But other than that, you know, I wanted to play, and then all of a sudden, you know, I had an invitation of calls I had to return or whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah, just, you know, starting crunch numbers, and it's always a month behind. So that's the thing. So even with far less socialism, and all the reason I say that is it's like when MVD goes like Russian, what do you call it? Bear talk, what do you call it? You know what I mean? And so, I don't really think you're in jet black too, and so you know, I don't really. And that's the only thing. That's the only thing. If you're so far off on a budget and something is you slip at $20 with it for $20 or $50 and it slips and it's so far off, the whole thing will collapse. It'll turn into a big mess. But if it's put together and it gets thrown off by $100, $50, right? Mine teeters on $50. And if it's if that's off, since it's structured, it doesn't collapse. The economy doesn't collapse. My personal economy doesn't collapse. And that's it. It's not stealing anything. It's not stealing. You're paying all this stuff. You've gained interest. You pay principal on all this stuff. And you know what I mean? And you're forced to talking about essentially funding. You're talking about, oh, we're angry about you getting funded. I'm like, well, you know what? I mean, that goes back to you just talk circles about the ratios and stuff and spending and stuff like that and allocations and stuff. So that's
President Trump. It's great news for Republicans, and I would have to disagree that it's something.